Hello, hello, hello. It's another weekend. It's another weekend. I'll just get this set up quickly, just be sure that everything is smooth, running smoothly, and then we can start the podcast. Uh, I still need some music here. Music that is not gonna get me in trouble. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to the Quintessential Tips Podcast. I am your host, Sunday Tosh. How you doing? Want to believe, I'm actually sure that you had a lovely weekend or lovely week and you're still enjoying your weekend. Great to have you. Oh, my very own Angel Eyes. I see you. Hi, Angel Eyes. It's podcast time. What's going on? Yes, what's going? It's podcast time. Great, great, great. I'm just so excited to be here. Anytime it's 6:30 on a Saturday, I'm just revving to go. I know it's my time. It's my spot to have a nice time with each and every one of you. Thank you for taking out some of your time on Saturday to be with me. All right, we're gonna start in a few minutes. Are you ready? Yeah, we're good. Thank you, Angel Eyes. Yeah, she's always here. She's an avid supporter. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm just gonna get into it. The title of today's podcast is "Embrace the Summer Warmth." All right, nothing to be scared about. Just enjoy it. It's summertime. Very soon it will be winter, when it might be cold and miserable, or it might be cold and miserable, but hopefully we get some snow. We have the Christmas tree, the white Christmas, but that's still a bit far off. So while we're in the here and now, let's just enjoy summer and the warmth that it brings. Okay. Perhaps you're in a place where the lockdown is ending. In England, it's ending. I actually think in most of the UK, it'll be ending soon. Scotland and Wales have their different timetables. But come Monday, the lockdown will be lifted. The lockdown restrictions will be lifted. So that's Monday. A lot of people are looking forward to that. Some have booked their holidays. Looking to have a good time outside the country. It might be a staycation. It might just be that you'd be in your area, walk around, enjoy the sun, get some some vital vitamin D. It's all good. There are benefits of basking in the sun. However, there are some things that we need to know so that we can take the necessary precaution. So that's what today's podcast is all about. Before we get deep into the topic of the day, let's just have a look at the fragrance of the day. It's Mary Kay Men's True Original. It's a lovely fragrance, quintessential one, I'd say, for bold men. It has it's a mixture of it's man. I need to move out of this place. I mean, yep, we're back. All right. Before we had that break in transmission, we were just looking at the True Original fragrance for men. It's a cologne spray, Mary Kay Men's cologne spray. This is what it looks like after unveiling it, from unboxing it. right? True original. Very lovely blend of a couple of things, mainly lemon, Fuji apple, amber, cedarwood, and patchouli, right? So that's the fragrance of the evening. So now let's get into it. It's summer. We'd be basking in the sun, enjoying the warmth. Uh, so it's a good time to be out. It's a good time to get your summer wear out and show a bit of skin. If you have six pack, this is the time to show it off. Uh, no sweaters covering your muscle definition. Uh, and of course, the ladies would be having a swell time. Summer bunnies, that is. However, the sun actually has a lot of advantages. It has a couple of spectrums. It has the infrared, which is the spectrum responsible for warmth. There's a spectrum for light, so visible light, and then there is an ultraviolet spectrum. The ones that reach us on planet Earth are ultraviolet A and ultraviolet B rays, simply called UVA and UVB. Um, a good and healthy, a good and controlled dose of ultraviolet rays are beneficial to the skin. Okay, so there's a bit particularly ultraviolet A that takes care of it basically helps with there's the ultraviolet spectrum that helps with vitamin D, really. And a good dose of it is actually used to treat it's actually used in the health system to treat certain conditions. So it is beneficial when controlled. The problem is the problem with it occurs when it is uncontrolled. It's excessive, and so it results in skin damage. All right. Okay. I'm warming up, but I'll just get into it. So shout out to you for joining. A round of applause right there. All right, I'll get into it now. Um, the skin has two layers, epidermis and dermis. The epidermis is the outer layer, epi meaning outer, so outer skin, epidermis, because dermis means skin. And then the dermis is the inner layer, so that's deep inside, that's the deep layer of the skin. When ultraviolet A rays hit the skin, um, they they hit some cells called melanocytes. Okay, melanocytes react to with melanocytes react to produce what you call melanin. Okay, what melanin does is that it fights against the harmful effects of ultraviolet B rays. In enough quantity, it acts as a shield. Unfortunately, more often than not, at a particular point in time, it cannot be the ultimate shield for ultraviolet B. Melanin actually is at a particular level where it protects against skin damage. However, the ultraviolet rays, particularly B, exceed that. So the skin has a way of protecting itself naturally. Unfortunately, it has its limits. Um, with the skin, harmful effects of those rays will cause DNA damage. The skin has a natural ability to repair itself. However, it can get overwhelmed. In this case, with melanocytes, with UVB fighting against melanocytes to produce melanin, which protects against the same ultraviolet B rays, acting as a shield. Sometimes it goes beyond that. What that ends up happening is that it starts damaging the skin, ultraviolet B rays. Okay, so to guard against that, you'd use a moisturizer called that has SPF. SPF stands for sun protection factor. Okay, sun protection factor, and it usually comes in different grades. You have grades like SPF 15, 30, 50. The higher the number, the longer the protection that it provides lasts. Okay, the longer the protection lasts, and so you can do a lot. Am I still on air? I can't find myself. Okay, I can't find myself, but yep, I'm still on air. So the longer it'll take before you go into the sun. Oh, director Dojo, thank you for joining. Yes, that's the limitless Loretta. Thank you for joining, ma'am. So the sun protection factor. What you do with this cream is that 15 to 30 minutes, ideally 30 minutes before you go into the sun, you apply this so that it protects 30 times 30, I believe, 900 minutes, I believe. Basically SPF 30 and 50 lasts longer. 15, 30, 50. That's in ascending order of protection in terms of how long it lasts. So you'd apply this 30 minutes before you go into the sun. If you are taking a swim, if you're going on a swim, obviously when you come out you'd have to apply this again. So it's not something that you just apply during the once during the day and that's it. No. What you would do is to apply it, and then once the time span of the protection is about to elapse, you apply it again if you're in the sun, or if you're coming out of the swimming pool, you apply it again to replace what has been washed off while swimming. Also, water has a way of reflecting those ultraviolet rays, so basically you need this. Okay, what this will do is to protect against UVA and UVB. Right now, what can happen? See what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Very nice packaging. This is the Mary Kay Sun Care with SPF 30 sun care product, SPF 30 sunscreen. Okay, so this is what I use personally. Okay, very good package. It's not just about the content, it's also about how it looks. So before you start sunbasking, you need this. Okay, I'll just touch on the harmful effects of ultraviolet A and ultraviolet B. Ultraviolet A is mostly skin aging. So you have the collagen and elasticin content of your skin, which is responsible for its firmness. When you draw your skin, it snaps back into place like a rubber band. So those two are responsible for that firmness, for that elasticity. When you see people having wrinkles, saggy skin, that's down to the inability of the body to replace those nutrients or those skin contents as fast as it would normally. that tends to reduce as we age. So the ability of the skin to replenish itself reduces as we grow older. That's why we need certain products to help the skin naturally, to help the skin replenish that. So for ultraviolet A, it's based the damage there in excess is basically aging. Things like wrinkles, dark spots, leathery skin. Okay, ultraviolet B, you have a lot of possible things that can go wrong with the skin. I think about 11. So ranging from the very mild to the very extreme. Okay, so I'll just share my screen.